new chapter played out today in the very public spat between the Flying Kangaroo and Tourism Australia. Qantas followed through on its threat to walk away from Tourism Australia, announcing a $30 million deal to promote New South Wales to the world. Qantas boss Alan Joyce says it's the first of a number of deals with the states, which will allow Qantas to bypass Australia's peak tourism body. Andrew Robertson reports.
Qantas boss Alan Joyce wants to fill his seats with paying passengers, and for now at least Tourism Australia isn't part of his plans.
We always said the money would be used back into tourism, and we'd always said that we'd be working as a consequence of the changes that we made at the end of last year and the statements we made at the end of last year, that we'd be working with the states.
Those changes were Qantas stopping its funding of Tourism Australia in protest at its chairman's role in a rumoured takeover bid for Qantas. The Tourism Australia chairman is Alan Joyce's predecessor as Qantas CEO, Jeff Dixon, who was also involved in a planned private equity buyout of Qantas just before the global financial crisis.
This is the first of we hope, a number of initiatives that we'll be doing locally with states, but by far the biggest partnerships Qantas has ever been involved in with any state.
The deal involves Qantas marketing New South Wales to the rest of the world for at least the next 3 years, and according to the Tourism and Transport Forum, it's the 3 years which is the key.
And what's important is that it's sustained marketing, because we know that you really need to stay in the marketplace for longer periods of time to ensure that you're getting the best value for your money.
Nearly 3 million people visited New South Wales last year, more than any other state. But notwithstanding that, New South Wales Premier Barry O'Farrell is well aware the momentum generated 13 years ago by the Sydney Olympics has not been built on.
We're one of the few cities, I think the only city in the world that's hosted the Olympics and seen a slump in tourism after the Olympics. So yes, this is about trying to grow tourism.
In recent years, the high Australian dollar has been another barrier to tourism growth, a barrier which some believe is starting to fall.
We think that the Australian dollar is now being regarded as the new norm at its current levels. That means that Australians are less likely to be rushing overseas for a holiday thinking it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It also means that international visitors who deferred a visit hoping that the dollar would come back down will now start to plan their trip to Australia.
While the talking point today was the $30 million tie-up with New South Wales, the really big deal for Qantas is its alliance with Emirates. After just a few weeks' operation, Alan Joyce says the signs for Qantas are good.
We're selling from destinations like Milan or to Milan 17 times what we did previously. Those still high levels of bookings are continuing.
But it's early days yet, and that confident view from the pilot's seat will change dramatically if that promising start on a company-changing alliance doesn't continue for the long haul.
The competition watchdog has given Virgin Australia permission to buy the majority share of rival Tiger Airways. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission says Tiger Australia has been unable to establish itself as a viable competitor in the Australian market, so it believes competition won't be threatened when Virgin buys its 60% stake. The country's peak tourism body has welcomed the ACCC's decision, saying it means Tiger will continue to operate in Australia, and that's a good thing for travellers.